Hey everybody, it's the North Star Ball with some green cards with a big Bugman.
There are a lot of blue cards here too.
There's some good multicolor cards. I feel like so it seems like we have all the multicolor cards, but they said that there will be more, so we will see.
We have not seen any red yellow yet, and we've only seen the
True,
two green yellow.
true. So red yellow would be with the yellow preview.
Yeah, I
Okay,
presume red yellow, and then potentially one of each other combo color.
I can see
Maybe a
that.
couple more red yellow. Who knows?
Yeah, but today, of course, me and Dane. I am Dom, and then look at this Grant Carroll's gracing us with his presence again. It's been a while.
I have returned.
I think the last time was set 11 green, so he's just our green guy, I guess, even though he plays
Today,
yellow.
he's our Rudigarn guy today. That's what matters.
Yeah, he's a big Hirudegarn
Right.
fan.
Hurudgarn was what made me play blue, and then I played yellow, and then I came back to green, and now Hurudgarn is green, so it's perfect.
I'm
Welcome
pretty
to
sure.
hell in playing blue. Welcome to hell.
I'm pretty sure Grant, when we first met, he like instantly traded for my power booster Hirudegarns. Like the only thing he wanted, and he was a brand new player. It was great. So it's good to have you for this one.
Yay!
All right, let's jump into these cards, eh?
So we got some boys that a lot of gotenks players are like, oh yes, more targets, but we'll see.
I don't think any of these matter. Vanillas are neat. We literally just got a Super Saiyan Son Goku and a Son Gohan in set 11 that are the exact same, but now they have a different saga, so that's cool.
Yeah. Trunks is
And
nice though, a 110k Trunks.
nah,
If there only was a 110k Goten, but yeah.
there is.
Is there?
Oh, a 110k. There's not a 110k
Oh
now.
yeah, you just need 10k, yeah. But if more vanilla sport, you could like Scion and bounce
Yeah.
somehow. Whatever.
Think
Goten
of the
Reckless.
kid who's searching them, though.
Yeah.
It's a big threat that will
So-
totally see play.
But 15k really matters for these. It's the same thing as like building a Gogeta deck with 20k Gokus and Vegetas, and building a BR Gogeta deck with 10ks.
Oh, real quick, we forgot. We gotta thank TheEgman for previewing green cards for us, and now we are just gonna review them. So we gotta do the shout out to where it's due.
He had to spend a little more time reading the cards, and we don't necessarily have to. We can just kind of talk about them under the assumption that people either are reading them on screen, or you have already read them and you just are hearing thoughts.
Yep. So 2 counters. It's a nice option. This kind of reminds me of the Vegito reds.
In draft, these cards are great. Being able to negate an attack and KO stuff or counterplay stuff is really useful. But
Cocoons is better.
yeah, I mean, like as a card, the only reason they would ever see play is because if for whatever reason Gotenks decided to shift to 10ks rather than 15ks, sure. But you're just never going to spend 2 on a counterattack like this when you could just dormant into Kakunsa or Shocking Death Ball or literally anything else.
Yeah, even Trunks, the Doria is a little bit better because it's a 1-drop that does almost the same, basically the same. You just need the Unison on board, and Green is graced with the almighty Demigra Unison as one of its top Unisons of all time.
And Vegito in that deck specifically, so.
Yeah.
Right, and there's 2 like non-interactable extra card counterplays for 2 that like don't risk getting trunked or something, or I don't know.
Yeah, preemptive.
Because
Well,
the
this
thing is
still
play
goes
this
happens.
card. Play this card for Trunks is first, but would it still happen?
Yeah,
because the
counterplay.
whole
Oh,
effect
sure.
resolves in hands.
That's yeah,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Next, More Gotenks stuff, Trunks. I thought there'd be more Trunks stuff, to be honest, just because of the
How big of a
Tapion.
role he had.
Yeah, but they just like went full Gotenks, and it's not even like good.
Well, I mean, so we can talk about it like in terms of both draft box and the regular set, right? So like in draft box, every one of these cards is super good. Like Goten lets you cycle the bad cards out of your hand. The Gotenks is just like value. If you can play a swingable body that blows something up, that's good. Trunks is a dual attack and draw card. Like there's really good options here. And then the Gotenks Full Throttle is a 3 energy or a 5 energy if you have the time for it. Game ender. So in draft, these cards are great. In constructed, Goten and Trunks are kind of they're all right. They might see one or two ofs. The issue is that deck space is already pretty tight, and there's a lot of really good fusions because like their effects may be as good as they are, but having the ability to be either one of them or to draw a card with the Union Fusion target, I don't know if they can replace it.
Right, because as useful as their effects are, at least for the Gotenks archetype, like their most useful effect is being able to play Grim Reaper for 2. Like,
what do you mean? That card's not a problem at all. That card has so many flaws with lots of downsides.
Okay, but I mean, like, I don't know. These cards just feel like they would fit a different archetype better. Assuming you could like play them out for free or cheap in some way, you could run like Beerus Godly Majesty off the Goten there and just like spam 15Ks.
And you're
some other deck.
And you're green, so you're just pitching Zarbons, Rubrians, and Apes.
Right. And because all those cards are so good, like deck space is so limited for these cards that just aren't as useful when you fuse with them rather than when you play them.
I think Trunks is more likely to see play than Goten, just because 1 energy for 2 15k attacks is really good. Assuming that you're using like the Goten Bonds of Friendship.
And it's nice he puts him back in the hand if he gets KO'd by a skill.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. We're going to see a lot of that in this preview, is that it's a lot of KO by opponent's skill, which is kind of
It really hurts the deck because it means that they have to be KO'd by a skill, not just like removed, but specifically like it doesn't say removed by a skill or KO'd. It doesn't say when it's just KO'd. It has to be KO'd by a skill, which is tough.
Yeah, that's like mostly if you're against the green, like green versus green, because green has a lot of KO effects. Red mostly minuses now. They have some KO effects, which is okay. Blue bounces, yellow just taps, black warps. So, a little rough. Cool. Next cards.
Go. Yeah, the cool stuff.
The Saiyans. And Great Saiya Man too. Saiya woman.
Vidal's here.
Videl.
She is just Videl in the card name.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, identity leaked.
Wow.
Who could it be?
Vegeta, nice little barrier, 1-4K. Oh wait a minute.
Oh wait, wait a second. There's more to that
name
card.
On that too. Wow.
Just Vegeta, just Saiyan.
Dane will. Grant, what's your opinion? Since this is the first time we had someone else on with these cycles of anti-counter retap.
They killed an archetype before it could be born, really. Before like there was access to all the good baby stuff. I just why? What's the point? Like, is there something that is coming next set that is just
no? It's because Bandai hates blue. I really think you're overthinking this.
Yeah, but why?
I think Bandai has over time shown that the only presence of blue they want in the meta is for you to play 4 Senzu Bean and 4 Whis Coercion and move on.
Just I mean, It's so specific too.
It is.
They just printed a floodgate for blue, being baby hatch, and the best defense was like after that dimension magic into losing 110Ks from hand or something.
Yeah.
Like just green gets ton of potential, but they it's blue. I don't whatever.
When it was just in red, it was like tough but okay. But now it's in every color, and so
And now it's Cronulla. Like you just bring it in case you sit across from any blue deck.
so
Absolutely, yeah.
fun.
I'm still not
Barrier
100% on that,
removal as
but
well.
I yeah.
It's hard. It's
If it didn't have barrier, blue could still get rid of it, but it has barrier, and blue has
right.
no answers to barrier.
Other than like bouncing it to hand before it happens. Oh wait, it's one energy, big deal.
And it's a cantrip, so you get more. So if it's established and then you bounce it again, then it's like literal plus for your opponent. So
It's just better than the like Borgos and like Righteous Aid and
Cunnings.
Cunnings. Yeah, so it's better than those because like there's an actual threat rather than an additional cost. It's like an actual game state threat.
Because your opponent could just play around not offensively beaning, but you can't play around just not having access to your negates.
And sure, I mean you can still negate it and not untap, but
oh boy.
But then what? But then what, huh?
Then why not just play not even a scratch?
All right.
Just Roshi negate only.
So, I think we need to do a we might have to do a full discussion on like the stuff, yeah.
Okay.
With like the council.
The council of blue.
We'll get Devin in. I'll moderate.
All right. Son Goku power to protect. This card is really simple. Negate and remove a marker. It's fine. I don't think it's ever gonna see play, but like its existence is good. It's like a card that like I'm glad it's in the set. I'm never going to play it because it's not hyper powerful, but like as far as rounding out a set and Green's little thing, it's good.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean the value's there. Like you can just play it. You don't even have to negate with it. If you just want to murder a unison, you're paying one for a 15k body and one for a marker removal if we're comparing to like Gotenks leader effect.
True. Great Sandman. It's the skillless super rare cycle.
Yeah. This one's probably one of the better ones. I don't know if it's better than Chilled, but it's definitely better than Goku and Icarus. Like she is basically a 1 energy 15k that restands a 20k green card, which is pretty good.
So you pay 1, bounce a skillless.
Bounce a skillless, so it kind of draws a card.
Yeah.
And then you play her and then play a 20k from your deck or drop. So you kind of like 15k to draw a card and restand at 20k.
It's not too bad. You know, that does kind of help that whole vanilla Goten if they ever go to 10Ks.
Yeah, but the issue is if you're playing the Gotenks leader, just you're gonna play Grim Reaper.
Yeah, most likely.
Because it's so broken.
Does he need 15Ks or what?
No, he could play 10Ks, but it just doesn't matter.
Those strong targets are 15k.
Yeah.
So, but green has always been the worst skillless color. But this is a good start to fixing that. So,
Son Gohan.
These are my 2 favorite cards in the entire set, if I'm being honest with you.
He has quite a few keywords there, which are nice. And also, if he costs 2 if you have 3 or less life.
Which is really not difficult.
No,
basically all the main green decks can control their life.
Gohan reboot, Majin Vegeta,
Dredge-Q.
Dredge is pretty good because he can blow up the board.
You can just blow up the board and then play a 25k double striker for 2.
And at that point, you just hit one of their units to marker that if you already blew up the board. He's pretty good. He has that shoes effect, so that's always nice to have options. Pretty solid card, I think.
I just really like this, and thankfully they're 110Ks. But
Oh yeah.
I just love both these cards. And this Goku, we talked about it in the previews. This card does everything. Why doesn't it say once per turn?
So you can play so many Beerus's. Does he have unique? I don't think so.
No.
You just have 4 Beerus's in hand, just KO 4 cards, play 4 cards.
Beerus requires that you don't already have on board.
Oh, that's right. Okay, fine.
But it doesn't even matter though, because you're playing green. So like we said earlier, you're playing Ribrianths, Roshis, Zarbons, and Apes. And then you can just go, I don't like that you have a board. One card, one for wanting on card advantage, but they're removing board state and losing unison markers without you having to swing into it. So like, and you could do this. Yeah, two markers. So you could do this against like in a green mirror match. This card is insane. You drop it on 5. They can try to freeze a counterplay it, but it has barrier, so it doesn't die. And then you just pitch every card in your hand or pitch cards in your hand to remove the dormant ability because they're now without a unison. It's so good in the green mirror.
Nearly unplayable against blue, though.
We don't talk about that. Against blue, you're just not going to play it.
All right, top 5 to get it back to hand. But still, it has everything because it's just so expensive to smack down.
Yeah, 5 is really up there for green. But you can cheat it out with the Goku from set 10, but that's still like a turn 4 play.
It's a turn. For 1 energy less and 1 turn earlier, you run way more not good cards.
Yeah, you gotta run Piccolos.
Basically, like you gotta run like 15 to 20 Piccolos, Krillins, Gokus, Gohans, etc.
Vegetas. Oh look, there's a nice Vegeta right there you can run though.
Yeah, if anything, I would compare this to like Ribrianne from last draft box, where it's just kind of taking care of a different threat.
Yeah.
It's taking care of unisons rather than a wide board. Both have triple strike, both cost 5. She has deflect, he has barrier.
Good point.
Yeah.
Both 30k.
Both triple strike. But yeah. Cool.
Cool.
Great card.
Hey, now we're into the good stuff. Tapion and Minotia. We should talk about Music Box first, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
So we get a field card for the Hirudegarn shenanigans. The top 7. Grab your pieces. It doesn't say green. You can grab any Hirudegarn, Tapion, Minotia, which is really great.
Yep.
Or a green unison with the cost of 1, which is only the Migra as of right now. But we still haven't seen campaign rares.
Safe to say that the giant rare is going to be a green card that's supposed to boost this archetype.
Pretty sure there's 2 per color because there's 5 colors and there's 10 campaign rares and they're all unison. So there'll be 2 greens. One's probably going to be a 1, like you said.
Mm-hmm. So pretty good. Just the active main, honestly, is just really good. Removing it and playing a Tapion or Minotia. It would be better if you could just not have to remove it to do that. But c'est la vie.
No, but they break the seal and it opens, so it's gone.
I know.
But yeah, it basically you can like set up turn 1, grab your stuff, and then turn 2, pop it, and play it.
Pop it and play Demigra. Yeah. Or if you're doing multicolor, you do it turn 2 with the active main.
Play a 3-drop early or something.
Yeah. And then you just swing at stuff and combo stuff and go right.
Yeah.
So the other cards on this page, though, right? The 2-drop Tapion, pretty simple. You just kind of KO Hirudegarn and then play it in rest mode. I think this is obviously worse than Hoy, which we'll get to in a little bit, but it's another option.
Yeah, you can see it replaces itself on the board, and then Hirudegarn does want to KO itself, so it's good for the deck. Minotia removed. Oh, this one has removed by skill or KO, so this one has the good removal effects, triggers.
Mm-hmm.
Play a Hirudegarn. Costs a 3. No, does play it add to hand?
Play
it. Yeah, play it.
Plays it.
Or draws a card. Either way, you get a card.
It's just kind of tough because anytime you have to rely on cards dying and they don't have blocker, your opponent's just going to ignore them.
At least it's a 15, so it always applies some pressure then.
Absolutely.
There's some like what the bandage, like spike.
I was going to say it just reminds me of Spike, but it's not good.
Yeah. And then tapping
Right, yeah.
on.
I'd much rather have the old. Sorry, I'd much rather have the old Minosha.
Drop
I'd just
and
rather
find
grab
legs.
it. Right. Because I mean it works off the 3-drop Tapion, and it works off like almost everything that requires you to drop something. So sure you might run like a couple just to have like the name tag if you want to run the promo or something, but overall, yeah.
Does the old Minosha that grabs legs does it grab any like Hurrigan or it has to be blue?
I think it has to be a 2 cost or less or something, and that's why it's the only target. Let me double check that.
Yeah, we'll check that, but we'll talk about Hero of Legend. This one's pretty good. It's pretty good.
This one is quite good. Playing it for 20k deflect that draws effectively any card that you need in your deck. Hurrigan, Minosha, or Hoys, which means you can grab the Hoy super combo. You can grab the Hurrigan 9-drop or the free blocker. Minosha's either this one or the one that you drop and search for legs. This one's just a pretty good card. And then it lets you it has the Broly 4-drop arrival from set 7, where when your opponent combos, you can pitch a card and then remove the combo card.
Right.
Yeah, and guess what card you can pitch?
Beerus.
The 9-drop.
What?
Whoa.
Or Beerus or Minosha?
Yeah.
What?
Whoa.
The old Minosha.
Yeah, it only grabs the name.
Yeah.
It only grabs the Wanderer.
Yeah. Feels bad. Still, free card is free. Tapion, Minosha, done with them. Moving on to Bugman. There's more legs now. The Phantom Limb, Metal Gear Solid 5. Let's see. Hoy. I think do we start with Hoy? Start with Hoy.
Yeah, sure. It's simple.
Play, draw 1, cantrip, and then you kill your Hurrigan or Minosha when you use it in a combo. So you play
just a really good card, to be honest.
Do you have
just
to
good.
Combo it from the airfield? No.
Nope.
Nope. So, this one is combo.
So you can like be in the middle of. So your opponent swings into like the 30k or whatever, and then you block, and then you just blow it up with this Hoy.
Cool. Hey, you want to know a fun fact? You can run Android 13 AOD from Anniversary Box and shuffle this back from your drop to your deck. Same with the super combo. Because they're evil wizards.
Ooh.
Yeah, you can't use the counterplay still because you wouldn't have Agent Destruction Leader. But the play for 2, not too bad.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Cycles.
And now cards. Go ahead, Dane.
I was gonna say then we move on, but
I was just gonna say these have the good removed wording. Where
yes, all
any
of them.
skill triggers it.
Or being KO'd, which is by either your opponent or your own effects.
Yeah, KO'd either by getting hit or your combo effects.
I mean, they're basically kind of all the same card. The 3-drop gets the 4-drop, and then the 4-drop has the combo control that Tapion and Broly do, and then the same thing where it's removed, you go and grab a 6-drop, and then if you don't grab a 6-drop, your opponent drops a card. And the 6-drop is that when he's removed, your opponent either drops 2, or you play a 4 or 9-drop.
So you go back 1 in the chain. Do you play him from the drop also, or deck or hand?
Deck or hand. Deck and hand.
Yeah, the only one from drop is the 9-drop alternately. But you have to KO one of your Hurrigarns to do it.
But this Hurrigan, just the 6-drop, just bleeds value. It can pull 2 cards out of your opponent's hand on the spot and blow up 2 cards, or plays a 9-drop blocker that's going to rip a card or more and KOs 2 cards.
Yeah, I really like this. We talked about this guy before, and we were already like really liking him being crit.
Yeah, I really like that he's crit as well, just because already with the old Fruitigarn stuff, and with this now too, probably you're still gonna run maybe like 2 or 3 Champa.
It's hand control, but they never had crit.
Right.
Yeah, because old Fruitigarn, it would be like swing. They
swing
put a
for a
card top their
30k
deck.
when a 30k was a big number for a battle card to have back then.
That's true.
And then yeah, just combo a really hard mountain number to beat double strike. But now if you get critical to that too, it's even better.
Yep, that's nice. And then all the old Fruitigarn stuff was like, was it the 9-drop? Was it a 9-drop, the super rare?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can play that. So when it's put in play, your opponent sends a card from their hand to top their deck.
And then warps a battle card.
Oh yeah, and then the leader, once you have 4 or more energy, when it swings,
your opponent will
also
put a card on top.
Top deck one from hand.
And
Yep.
then you also run
And
Phantom Flame Cannon. What a card! Was it 15K?
I mean, it's literally just sells Kamehameha, but your opponent gets to choose. So
yeah, that's a deck, and they get to choose
It's
instead
yeah,
of
I think that's more harsh because you put it on top of their deck, so like they're gonna draw the
yeah,
same
so they
card.
don't draw a new card.
Yeah,
But
It's also a 10K.
but they get to choose the card as opposed to sell, where we've all been in that game where your opponent grabs exactly like the one card you needed with sell, and then you lose because of it.
right.
But if the hand control is effective enough, it doesn't matter which one you put back.
Yeah, if they're stacked,
They're
That's
all
true.
going
you
away.
stack like 2 or 3 cards on top of their deck, they're like, okay, I'm not getting anything new, which is really frustrating.
So, yeah, good cards. My only real concern is that it just seems maybe a little slow to do this chain, and it might just be end up focusing on the 9-drop playing itself over and over again.
I don't think it's that slow.
Turn
energy.
3.
You need 3 energy
fastest. But that's
really
perfect, right?
Pieces that when you combo they die. If you want to go up yourself and they don't get killed.
Yeah, so if you're doing the turn 3 strat, you would do like turn 1, you either multicolor charge or music box, and then turn 2 you establish a Minotia either by playing it or by using music box into Minotia, whatever, and then you kill it for Hirudegarn legs, and then you kill the legs going into the 4-drop, and then on turn 3 the 4-drop can go to the 6-drop, but that's still kind of late. I don't know. I'm just not super thrilled on it. I guess I said this the other day. I need to have someone much smarter than me build a Hirudegarn deck because I've never played it before.
Oh, it looks really fun. It looks interesting. I kind of like
the nice thing
combo decks.
Yeah, I like it, and I think it's a little bit better.
Yeah, catch it.
I have no idea if it's like better than Sin Shenron, but what I compare it to is Sin Shenron right now, because it's kind of like first couple turns you kind of set up and then eventually get a big blocker that's kind of hard to beat, and then you can actually start like protecting yourself once you reach that first turn, like third or fourth turn. But the nice thing about if you run the Hirudegarn later is that in theory you could be turn 2 if you go second. You drop 1, draw 3 with the old Minotia. So you kind of like accrue a bigger hand to protect yourself early while you're trying to set up those first few turns. And also you're blue. So in theory, if you just like combo away 1 hit, then Dimension Magic's online.
I'm sorry. Did you just say the magic color?
Oh, it's fine. You get the KO cards. You have green.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know if it is particularly, but
it just seems a bit safer than yellow because you're getting a bigger hand. You have Bean if you need it, that type of thing.
You get Frieza, which is nice. You can't get Dormant because you're a blue leader for running Hirudegarn.
But you get Baby Hatchiak.
You get Baby Hatchiak. You get 2 big dudes.
And hey, Baby Hatchiak can discard the 9-drop.
That's true. since we're on the topic of I brought up leader, is there any other leader we think could run this stuff? Because it says
Revive
green
coup.
leader or
Revive coup would be
yeah.
so good.
I guess before I bring that up, we should get to the multicolor, huh?
Right. The
Yeah. So
actual target.
the mono green stuff, fun. Multicolor is next after extra cards, because you always gotta have extra cards. So Wrath of Dragon, counterplay.
Better than
Uh,
the Trunks counterplay.
it is. If the battle cards cost less than 2, the place owners drop, and they discard a card. So this is basically the extra card version of the Android 13 from AOD, without having to be AOD specific. Yeah.
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 Yeah, it just costs 2, which means that it's a little behind.
Yeah, at least it's one specific green, because usually you see this, there's going to be 2 specific green.
Right, which is really nice, especially for a draft format, seeing all these flexible, just one specified cards.
Yes. Crushing
Isn't
Despair.
that why other draft boxes have been regarded as bad?
Too generic.
Just saying.
Hey, okay, so I think since we've seen most of it, I think this draft box has been a good mix of the two, where the last one felt pretty. A lot of the cards were very themed with the universes. And they didn't, not too many stretched out besides the super rares. And the last one, the first one, they were way too generic, where they were just like gross. This one, they're still generic, where like you can just use whatever leader, but they're still themed together in like archetypes. It feels nicer. Where
Do we know what the draft box leader is yet?
yeah,
I mean,
it's green.
nothing crazy.
It's printed green. Kid Goku, that turns into the ape because Giant Force.
Okay.
It's actually different from the other ones too, Grant.
It is. I should have.
It only gains crit if the leader you're playing against is all of the colors. And then it always draws a card on the front when you attack to a leader. So it's like pretty advantageous to just swing leader crit rather than flip over. If like you, yeah, because it's a 1-in-1 leader as opposed to a draw 2.
Yeah. Because the old draft leaders, it was like the strat just to awaken as fast as possible. Draw more cards.
Okay.
So yeah, so I think this one's been doing it all right, where nothing seems super insane for outside of the stuff besides like a few cards. So back to the extra cards, Crushing Despair. Your leader's green or Phantom Demon. You negate attack, then you may choose one card handed. Okay, so you filter. Interesting. Not the best.
If any color were to want this, though, it'd be green.
I was gonna say, just remember you're playing green. So like we said earlier, Zarbon, Rib, Ape, Roshi.
And sure, you lose a 5k combo by that, but like, if you just would have comboed it instead, you get an extra card out of it for an energy.
Right. I guess I don't know. You're already running Shocking and Dormant, and your greens. I don't know if you'd run more counterattacks just to filter.
I'm not saying necessarily you should play this.
Yeah.
Just that the options are there if you decide to, for green, or for the 9-drop Herdigarn or something.
Brave Sword. This one has more options. This one has 3 options. A lot of options.
Oh snap! Sorry, Crushing Despair, Starter Frieza with Pod and Dodoria.
All right.
There's a reason to maybe do it.
I like it.
All right. Anyway.
Choose one of your opponent's unisons, remove marker, If it was activate battle, that would be really broken. But hitting that 1 to go down, get them lower than 2, nice. KO a card 4 or less, or choose a green Hurtigarn and KO it and draw a card, which is very advantageous for you.
This card sucks.
But it's
it's kind of bad.
Like I don't like even amongst like the fact that we have to compare it to all the green stuff. The card itself is not that good.
That's crazy because like usually a card with options is like really good, and this one has 3 options, which is like the most options we've had on a card. But now, yeah, I mean it KOs one of your cards and you draw. It replaces itself.
Yeah, it's good for draft, I guess, but like
You're just never gonna play it.
Right. The best effect would be like you just happen to not see any of your combo pieces, so you need to kill a Hurtigarn and move up. Then you draw a card out of it, but
then you have to spend an energy on it, and you'd rather be using your energy advancing your game plan.
But
how likely are you to not see your pieces then go up?
But that KO card, it's very helpful for this Unison.
Whoa.
Unison sucks. Green finally has a sucky Unison. It was about time. Of course, it's not in the main set, so which kind of.
I really like the theming of it.
Right, KOing cards, pretty good.
Well, no, I meant the being a future Trunks with the because there's just absolutely no. It's so cute how they were just like, what are the rules of time travel? Who cares?
So yeah, he can't gain a marker. He only gains a marker when a card gets KO'd. An opponent's card. If it was any card, great. That would have been better for Hurtigarn. Plus, if he was a 1-drop. One specific cost Unison. Would have been great for Hurtigarn because you just keep KOing your own card anyways. And even his mark ability is bad. You just KO a card, not through barrier.
If it ignored barrier, maybe. Probably not. Probably still do Meager instead, but maybe.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think it needed to be like a -3 and ignore barrier.
It needed to be a minus. I think the 4 would have been fine if it was the 1 cost to search for it, and also when your own cards are KO'd once per turn. Because then 4, because you can do it on both yours and your opponent's turn. Whenever
right,
cards are
freeze a
KO'd.
counterplay or a dormant with KO.
Exactly, because then you could go 4 and pop whatever. But at least the on-play effect's pretty nice too. It just adds a marker to it. Makes it like
if there's a target, yeah.
Yeah. But it was just missing a little bit to make it worthwhile. That's all I got on it. It's an uncommon.
It'll probably look good full art.
Honestly, yeah. We don't know if the draft box will do the same foiling. We should assume so, I think. Actually, does it say on the thing if there is on the product page? I'll check while we move on to multicolor. Is that cool with you all?
Yeah.
Indeed.
Hey, we go right to blue-green. We finally get some blue-green cards. Tapion. This is our first instance of choose a color for your cost. Pretty nice.
Yeah.
Blocker, 2 costs. He has more options. You get 2.
Mm-hmm. I think this card's just sick.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yep, so you draw a card and play him from your drop at the end of the turn, which is really good with Pod. Or, no, it's Revive 2 is just Revive, right?
Yeah. But, like, in general, it's just really good because 1 energy 15k blocker that is going to draw a card, right? Yep. So 1 energy 15k blocker that replaces itself, or activating the music box, which means that if you actually are running a multicolor strategy, if you have to charge a blue or green, it doesn't matter what you do for turn 1 because this Tapion's here to bail you out.
Oh, real quick, I just realized there's 12 Giant Force rares. So there's 2 per color probably and something else.
Some multicolor maybe.
Multicolor Unison, stop.
No, I already
Yeah, I
complained.
know.
I already talked to
Yeah.
Grant about it. I already told him because blue-green is broken with that. I'm never trying to play a game with blue-green multicolor unisons.
Trunks freeze it. Oof.
Trunks freeze it together? Yeah. Cool. Pick an
Oh,
option. I dare
actually
you.
kind of see some pictures of the cards. Oh, is that a meta cooler unison? Oh, wow.
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 All
I
right,
don't know who that other guy is.
let's
pretty
talk
cool.
about these then.
All right, the other one, activate the music box from your deck, which is, you want cards like that where you get to see your music, like your field card as soon as possible is nice.
Yep, and it puts a Tapion in drop for the promo as well.
Yep, exactly. Pretty good. Pretty good. Because that promo, the power booster one, right? Excuse you,
you
Dane.
sporting ketchup right next to the
Wow.
mic? What do you?
No,
There's a
I'm
mute
not
function.
recording. I
We're
was
keeping
using it.
this in.
I didn't think it was going to be. Anyway,
We're
move
keeping
on.
this in.
Okay.
So
Fro-
yeah, the power booster Hirudegarn is a great card. You can like literally play this 9-drop on turn 1 if you like combo all your cards away.
Right, I think you just need a Minosha and a Tapion in drop, or do you need something
No, I
else
think
as
it's
well?
just Minosha Tapion.
It's one Minosha, one Tapion. So if you go second and you
Yeah,
swing
if
with
you
your
get
leader,
second and you swing with the Minosha, drop that, and you do this turn 1, then you're already
Oh, yeah.
online for that. I mean, you can't evolve right away. So I mean,
not
like
about
turn 2
evolving.
would be better.
No, yeah, you pay 1 green, choose a Hirudegarn cost of 7 in your battle area, KO it, and then play this guy from your drop. Oh, you have to play him from your drop, so you have to.
Yeah, so he has to get in the drop, and you need 2 energy total if you were to get the 9-drop out, but it is possible.
Okay, so turn 2 we can get it out pretty easily. Turn 1, I think there might be a way. Isn't there like a combo discard a card? Didn't we just look at one of those or no? I don't know.
Maybe
Not that
the
I'm
things you
aware.
can play from the music box, but you need to do an energy for that as well.
Yeah, okay. Turn 2. Turn 2, you can get this big boy out. Blocker, revive blue green. This is like a revive that's actually worth it.
Right.
Because if your leader's green or a Phantom Demon, and you activate blocker, your opponent discards a card.
I'm telling you guys, the entire reason to play this deck will actually be Revive Coup.
Probably. Draw
That leader.
2 cards.
You
Draw a
would
card,
literally,
minus 1 card.
if
I'll
you
draw 2.
so imagine you drop a Wheelo to bring this card back. How good is that?
That's very good.
It's pretty good.
Very
And then
good.
on the back,
And
you drop
you're a
two.
green leader as well, so you can like do the hard hand control stuff.
Yeah, you can run Dormant Potential now with your 1
Dormant
drop.
potential for oh, I don't even think you want to run
Ribrianne.
Dormant. I think you just want to run Ribrianne and Roshi.
That's true, because you want to just keep blocking.
And
Because you have
Zarbon.
block and then KO your own guy, and then you revive it. Because he's 30k, your opponent's not going to swing over it.
You also, if you do decide to run the blue one, I just realized that you definitely run Zarbon blocker in here too. Because you ditch it off of the leader skill, and then for 1 green you ditch the 9-drop and play the Zarbon.
Yes.
Wow.
Yep. That might be a thing.
Oof.
I like
All
it.
right.
I like it. But also,
Can you run it
a fun thing to consider might be like splashing some yellow. I mean, assuming this archetype has any space at all, splashing some yellow to run the Zarbon that Sin Shenrons are playing to restand it. So
I don't think you splash yellow. You would just run it. You just run it like
apes. Just run apes and Zarbon, and that's it.
Well, you don't need to even like charge it ever. You just play.
Use it.
You just play Zarbon.
Unless you wanted to.
Oh,
like,
blue has some good restanding effects too. Like if we remember back in the draft box,
internal energy shift.
The internal energy shift is really good. Does any of that other stuff restand? Are they only Bardock's crew, aren't they?
Only Bardock crew. Yep.
Even the counterattack, yeah.
Even the
so
Torah.
eternal energy shift is really good, because you will most likely hit the restand, the energy. But then you
got a 60 to 80% chance in most decks.
But in most cases, even if you miss it, like that's still value because you restood this guy and activated his blocker again.
This is the deck that I wanted when I started enjoying Sin Shenron. This is like more of what I actually wanted to do.
Nice. Grant's gonna come out here with his big bug.
Oh yeah.
You could run this stuff in Frieza, can't you? The Frieza starter deck probably.
Yeah.
You
The
just gotta-
Frieza deck has a lot of space, no
no,
matter
you
what
just
build you're
change it
doing.
up. You just change it up.
Yeah,
Oh,
every green deck is kind of hard to find space. It kind of has the blue problem where like they're just running the good cards right now. So if an engine just requires too much, it's kind of hard to squeeze in there unless it's for like the intended leader, like
Right.
Hirudegarn.
I think revive might be the better way, like you said, because then
Yeah,
you get to
I'll
draw
mess
two no
around
matter
with
what.
both.
Because you're using revive, Frieza, because none of these are Saiyan cards you would run.
no.
So that's nice. I don't know, it'll be interesting. I guess the upside with revive Goku is that you can run Ape.
Yep. All right. Let's talk about the bad cycle. But we do admittedly have like one of the best ones here.
It hurts.
We do have one of the best ones. I think the Vegeta is easily the best, like the best one of this cycle so far.
Because he just plays another. They all play another skillless.
Well, both of his
Yeah.
effects are good. So
Well,
like, because
all of them have that first effect.
yeah, they all have that same effect, and then choosing one.
Then yeah, choose one card hand, discard it. If your opponent doesn't, switch up to any energy active mode. I guess yeah. So it's like playing the one drop super combo Vegeta, but this one like has a little bit more power and not a super combo.
Yeah. Like I said, I mean, I just think it's the best of that, but this cycle kind of sucks, so it doesn't really matter. In draft, please charge multicolor. It's so good. If you charge multicolor in draft, it's so good.
Energy fixing is busted. That's if you play draft events and they support draft events like they said they will, and they keep printing this because they're going to support draft events. We will see.
I mean, it doesn't matter. Just when you're playing with your friends, right?
Yeah. And you guys decide to draft. Oolong, it's cool as Oolong. That's interesting, I guess.
But every other part of it sucks. This might be one of the worst ones, to be honest. Two or less, you can negate its skills and KO it, but there's like nothing that has a floating effect.
But it doesn't already have barrier.
Yeah. So, cool.
You can't even hit like the Shadow Dragon Balls because they say you cannot be affected by opponent's cards. It's just
tough.
That's like the only target without barrier I can think of top of my head that's relevant. Go Keel. Turn 1 if they played it. Sure.
It doesn't have a floating effect.
Yeah, exactly.
You just KO it with any other card.
I know. Okay, I'm trying. Oolong.
How about we talk about the other green yellow cards?
Oh, okay. So we know yellow is gonna be Lord Slug. I don't know why green yellow was in with this review. But okay, maybe because Eggman and Cell Surge, whatever. Hey, successor for one. Actually, yeah, there's been a 1-cost successor, right?
There have been a bunch of them.
Dispo and I think Dispo, yeah. But successor for 1 yellow crit. Bon, because Slug's army loves Bon. Gate skill till the start of your next turn. Just one of your opponent's battle cards. Hey, that's actually pretty good.
That is pretty good.
I choose to negate your Gotenks. And now I am green, so I will pop it. Neat.
Yeah. I think this card is really good in Slug itself. It's just another 15k crit for 1 attack or for 1 energy, which is pretty good in a deck that is trying to grindstone or put your face into the grindstone. You just
yeah.
I
decided to do the multicolor with it and charge the yellow.
Oh, I think
it seems like we're going to, because the 3-drop Slug is really good.
The one we saw in the very first preview.
It has the 6-drop boo effect where they can't add cards from their deck to their hand when it's in rest mode.
Yeah,
and it's a 20k barrier.
You play it like turn 2. You play it off the AOD slug.
Whereas if you want to stick more to the mono green stuff, you can still do that with the 6-drop.
Yeah. But like there are other good yellow cards in the deck, so like you don't have to do that. You can just charge Ape and Assimilate for yellow, so like you don't have to necessarily hard multicolor. But
yeah, Lord Slug's already running Assimilate because you can hit those early targets.
Anywho, the 6-drop Lord Slug here, thank God it has that permanent.
You can't go into Cell Xeno with it, thank God.
Or itself.
Or itself would be stupid. Because, yeah, just 1 green for a 6-drop.
Basically, Bond 3, it's a double striking version of Zamasu, which is like an $80 card. How about that? Yep.
That's pretty neat.
Seems good. Slug, it's hard to say a lot about these because like we haven't seen the rest of the Slug stuff, but its successors off of Slug cards pretty well because the 6-drop is just a good number in Slug because it has either the 4-drop plus the 2-drop, so you can get rid of Young again and return to, or you can get rid of Anguilla / the new yellow card / AOD, or you can just get rid of.
Is he a 1-drop?
He's a 2-drop. Yeah. Zayon is a 2-drop. All the free blockers are 2-drops.
Yeah.
And so.
Or you can get rid of the old 6-drop if you go all the way up.
Yeah.
Yep. I was going to say, because that card rips 3 cards at random, which is pretty good. And then this one rips another. So you could like 4-0 your opponent pretty easy. Yeah. Cool. This card's good.
And run Red Brand. Yay.
And Ribrian. Don't forget about Ribrian. Anytime you can make your opponent drop 2 without interacting, it's pretty good.
Thank God she's getting reprinted in March.
I don't know. She's pretty manageable now. She's like 50 a piece. So like if you really are committing to a color, like it's not so bad. The real issue is that green has all of the expensive cards right now. Like most decks have, or most colors have like 2 or 3 expensive cards, but green requires that you play 4 Ribrian, a couple Zarbon.
40 now as of this recording.
Dormant's $40 a piece. Even the Frieza counterplay is $10 to $15. You have to run Apes because green draw power is pretty bad, so Ape fixes that. Yeah, it's tough. And Zamasu is like $80.
I think he actually went down more, but yeah, he was up there. He's still up there. Did we talk about Frieza too being like $10 each?
Yeah, 10 to 15.
Yeah.
Cool. Slug stuff. Next Monday, I think probably that's a decent bet.
We could get a Sunday reveal again because that's when the Reds came out. It was kind of interesting.
I'm down for whatever. As early as possible.
It should be yellow, and then we'll probably end up getting red, yellow, like you said. I don't know how else it'd be. That'd be kind of weird.
Probably another green yellow card.
Probably yes, because there's been 3 of each. No, we got all green yellows.
Didn't we get a blue green during the? No, we didn't get a blue green.
We're missing a blue green.
We got 3. Yeah, if we are getting 3 of each, because we got 3 red blue so far, and then we got 3 blue yellow, and then we got 3 green yellow, 3
red green.
Red. Did we get 3 red green?
Yeah. It was Goku,
Piccolo,
Goku Arrival, and Korin was the thing. I could do my number trick real quick.
I'm gonna guess it's just 3 per color, is my guess. So either way, well, hopefully if Dom can figure that out. In the meantime, this has been North Star Ball. Thanks for hanging out.